again, a tip of the cap to Frank Wilson and his UTSA team coming in here and winning a road conference game. Hard to do, and in a hard-fought game, they certainly outplayed us tonight. I thought both defenses played well. As you look at the stat sheet, you know, I think I'm proud of our defense. I thought our defense came out on fire. I thought they were motivated from the moment they hit the field. They played with a different energy, and they, quite frankly, they played good enough to win, and they played for 4 quarters. They didn't give up a touchdown that wasn't off of a turnover with a short field, and special teams-wise, we were stellar again, starting with Jack Fox, but it's a team game, and when you're where we are, you need all 3 to play well if you're going to win conference games, if you're going to win college football games, and tonight our offense did not perform, and I think that there's going to be a lot of reasons when we look at the film. I'm thinking back through it in my mind as I stand up here, and it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch just what I remember. I remember it very vividly. But where we're going to start pointing the finger right now with our offense is simply at me. I did everything I knew to do to jumpstart an offense today that was struggling, and nothing worked. And so again, point the finger squarely at me. We will get it fixed. I am so proud of where our defense is and our special teams, and when we can get our offense to perform, we can, I guess the best way to say it is if our defense will perform like that in this program, we will win a lot of games here. And we'll work to get to that point. With that, I'll open up for questions.
How, as someone who's thought of as an offensive guy, how frustrating are those offensive struggles?
Glenn, that was, it was bad. It was bad. And I can't tell you all the reasons right now without watching the film. But what they did on defense was a good scheme initially. I thought we came up with some great answers, and we never performed. You talk about, like, to be more specific about what I tried to do to jumpstart it. I did anything from changing quarterbacks, because I thought Stank is not playing up to what he's capable of, not just in this game, but maybe the last couple. So I tried that. I tried to get hard-headed and just run it, and we couldn't get first downs. Tried throwing the ball around a little bit. Tried going for it on 4th down more than I ever have in my life. We didn't score a touchdown tonight. Again, so it is not just about what happened in this game. It's not just about play calling. It's certainly nothing our offensive coaches did. It's me. It's me, and I got to look hard at what we're doing and get it fixed, because I never thought we would perform that way offensively.
Not pointing any fingers here, but Soup hasn't really been a presence in the last, I don't know, 3 games, 4 games. What do you lose in losing the guy who's supposed to be your wrecking ball?
Yeah, we've had trouble getting him started. He's had a couple ball security issues, and Austin Walters has performed really well up until this game. And I'm not so sure that Austin didn't perform well in this game. We just couldn't get him started. So what is it? I mean, it's a big deal. You know, it's something we thought we could lean on. It's something we thought if we covered people up, we'd be able to average 4 a carry, 5 a carry, and be an efficient offense. And we've struggled to do that the last few games.
Coach, on the first 4th down play where Fox throws the pass, was that a run pass option, or was that just a flat call play?
You know, Jack played quarterback in high school, so we had all the confidence in the world for him to complete that pass. Like many things that have gone well for us on special teams, that's a Pete Limbo design, a guy who's got an outstanding mind for our game. And shoot, we've been working that play maybe since training camp, but certainly every game this year in practice. So it was more than well practiced, and it was executed pretty well.
You know, like you said, on a night where nothing was working on offense, if you take away those turnovers, this all of a sudden becomes a game where one play can change the final outcome. Can you talk about those ball security issues and what it means to have a defense that's playing up the bar on the other side?
Yeah, again, it goes back to me going into this game knowing that if we didn't turn it over, if we didn't mess it up, I thought our defense would give us a chance to win, and that's exactly what they did. The only thing we could ask from our defense they didn't do is take the ball away. That's been a point of emphasis all year. But again, for a defense that really gave up 3 points on the night, it's hard to find any bad spots. I'm sure they'll find things they want to coach and improve on that side of the ball. But right now, the way they stepped up and the way they performed tonight, it's a huge step for them and a huge step in our program. We got to keep coming.
And then talk about the secondary after giving up touchdowns, something like that, through the first 5 games. 0 touchdowns to the board and less than like 50 yards passing tonight.
Yeah, I think that there's a couple things that play into that. Number one, those first 3 opponents that we played throwed arm pretty dang good, right? Like Houston's up there in total offense right now, maybe number 1 in the nation. Hawaii was leading the nation in passing going into this game. And again, that freak show from Prairie View is a heck of a college football player. So I think those are all components of it. But the other thing is, you look what number 7 did tonight. He's sitting in here. He'll get a chance to talk to you. Look what Brandon Douglas Dotson did. And they had balls come their way. And they made plays on those balls. We got Homar up front. We were hitting the cue. Put him in some 3rd and extra longs. And our guys performed tonight. I don't know. I mean, that's what I was looking for. I was looking for that number, and I think is it 43 yards?
30 passing yards.
How many?
33 from their starter and tack on 10 more. From
I mean, that's a ridiculously low number. So again, my hat's off to what we did defensively, and it is good enough what we did. Now, their coaches won't be happy with it. They'll keep pushing them. These leaders aren't going to be happy with it. They're going to keep pushing, and they'll push harder than they ever have, and it's what we need. But that's a winning performance by our defense.
This is the first time in your coaching career that you've had to deal with a tough loss. What does it look like for you personally going into the film room, and what changes about how you approach the next week to make sure that this doesn't happen?
One thing that I really ask these guys to do is to be the same guy every day. And what I mean by that is have their processes that they know work, come in here and work, and do things in a very systematic way. And that's what I'm going to do. Now, we're going to have some tough conversations as an offensive staff and try to figure out what we're good enough at to give ourselves a chance, what we can learn in a given week, how we can make adjustments that work. Because, again, we're going to see a defense that has a good plan. And they had a good plan. But, again, we've got to be able to take adjustments and make them happen. And the bottom line is the ball security things. It's going to be a situation where guys who can't protect the ball can't play, because we can't put our team in this situation where, like you said, 17 to 20 points are coming off of turnovers.
How much do you consider turnovers when Sean throws a turnover, sort of a desperation interception at the end of the game, or Supi's trying to reach over the pile?
We don't reach the ball out. On 4th down, going into the end zone is the only time we reach the ball. We don't reach the ball in those situations. So I actually, with all the noise, I couldn't see Soup's play that he reached out. Stank, we've talked. He understands how I feel about protecting the football. And again, he's trying to make a play. There's no question about it at the end of the game. But we're going to continue to bring him back in and make him realize it is all about the ball. And again, he knows that. But he's trying to make a play with 38 seconds on the clock. So those ones at the end of the game when you're down by 3 scores, those aren't the ones we're talking about right now. I mean, I wish he hadn't done it. He wishes he hadn't done it. But what I'm talking about is the ones in the flow of the game. Which, again, tonight, Jackson Tyner on his first play in the ball game throws a pick. And then on his second drive he's in, we fumble a center quarterback snap, which is the most fundamental thing in football. You can't have a play of an offensive football play if you can't get the center quarterback snap. But again, it's not about an individual. I want the fingers and the points at me. I need to fix this, okay? And it's, again, I have all the confidence in our staff. I love how they work. I love who they are. This is me. I mean, this is my fault, and I will get it right. And I'll figure out what to do in this situation if it ever comes up again where we're struggling to move the ball. But at this point, I did everything that normally had worked for me, whether it's going to tempo to change the pace, whether it's making a commitment to the run game. I did everything that I knew to do, and I'll get better.